never even thought about having a baby.
Yeah.
I mean, if this hadn't happened, I don't think I would have wanted to have a baby for like, I don't know, at least 10 years.
At least? God, I mean, honestly, I just got used to the, like, notion that someone would even have sex with me.
Why is this character familiar to us?
This is exactly what our baby will look like.
It's a beautiful picture.
It is. It's not bad. Hello, mommy. Our baby's gonna be French-Canadian.
With a little hint of Spanish.
Exactly. I'm not good with accents. You know, a movie I just saw again the other day, which is fucking like mind-blowing, and I haven't seen it since it came out, is Munich.
Oh, Munich! Munich fucking rules. Munich is awesome.
If any of us get late tonight, it's because of Eric Bana and Munich.
Every film has a secret history, and sometimes the film tips its hand to that history. Why would this film, a Judd Apatow comedy featuring Seth Rogen, pay homage to another film, director Steven Spielberg's Munich? The answer? Jewish ethnicity. The picture is always the same: a sensitive, vulnerable, and verbally agile Jewish man with a sexually healthy, sometimes sexually voracious, non-Jewish woman.
Look, I think I should be going.
Sit down, Benjamin.
Mrs. Robinson, if you don't mind my saying so, this conversation is getting a little strange. Now, I'm sure that Mr. Robinson will be here any minute now.
No.
What?
My husband will be back quite late. He should be gone for several hours.
Oh, my God.
Pardon?
Oh, no, Mrs. Robinson, oh, no.
What's wrong?
Mrs. Robinson, you didn't expect...
What?
I mean, you didn't really think I'd do something like that.
Like what?
What do you think?
Well, I don't know.
For God's sake, Mrs. Robinson. Here we are. You got me into your house. You give me a drink. You put on music. Now you start opening up your personal life to me and tell me your husband won't be home for hours.
So?
Mrs. Robinson, you're trying to seduce me. Aren't you?
Female characters in Hollywood film also have a secret history.
I told my PE teacher an evil male had broken my heart, so she raised my C to a B.
They're horrible. Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. I know.
Sleep,
And you see, they're all like this.
Then I promised Miss Geis I'd start a letter writing campaign to my congressman about violations of the Clean Air Act. But Mr. Hall was totally rigid. He said my debates were unresearched, unstructured, and unconvincing. As if.
Cher, what's this all about?
My report card?
The same semester?
Uh-huh.
What'd you do, turn in some extra credit reports?
No.
Did you take the midterms over?
Uh-uh.
You mean to tell me that you argued your way from a C+ to an A-?
Totally based on my powers of persuasion. You proud?
Honey, I couldn't be happier than if they were based on real grades.
We see this character in Goodbye Columbus in 1969.
Because, Brenda, you've been a good girl. You get good marks in school. And you're giving me a lot of knowledge, a lot of joy.
We see her again in The Hebrew Hammer in 2003.
Mordecai,
Yes, Esther.
I want you to talk dirty to me.
I want to have lots of children by you. I want to get a good paying, stable job.
Yeah.
Move to Long Island somewhere, someplace nice. Fancy, but not fancy schmancy. I want for our children to go to private schools.
Yes.
Take music lessons. Little Abraham will go to Stanford. Baccio will go to Ivy League, maybe Vassar.
Yes, keep going, keep going.
And we see this character again 2 years later in her first feature film.
I guess the only time it's an issue, I suppose, would be like if you're having a baby, you got to figure out like how you want to raise your baby or whatever, you know, which wouldn't even still not be an issue for us because we'd be honest, you know, and just say, you know, like, mommy is one of the chosen people, and daddy believes that Jesus is magic.
Where do these characters come from? It is usually more implicit than explicit, these Jewish characterizations and ways of seeing the world. But to fully understand these characters, films, and performers, we need to go back in time. When we watch a Hollywood film, we enter a world designed for us by professionals, writers, performers, directors. What we see on the screen comes partly out of the creator's own life histories. In classic Hollywood, Jewish moguls did not want explicit portrayals of Jewish characters. They thought it might remind viewers of their own ethnicity. They were also convinced that it would hurt box office.